What's going on, Flick Filter Nation?
What is good?
I am Big Diesel,
I'm the professor.
and here we're talking about Beekeeper, or The Beekeeper.
Beekeeper. I think it's just Beekeeper. Shout out Jason Statham.
Shout out. Um, yeah, so
So yeah, Beekeeper. It's a movie. Came out early this year, I believe. It's an action flick starring Jason Statham.
the GOAT.
Yeah. So he's what's the premise of this movie?
He keeps bees.
Yes, he
and
keeps
then
bees.
for some reason there's a lot of bee puns. There's a
a
lot
bee
of
puns.
unnecessary bee puns.
I'm not gonna
It
lie.
kind of took me out of it.
Yeah, it's basically, I don't know if I would call it a generic action flick, but there's not like a lot of
Very
depth.
generic.
Yeah, it's pretty generic. Like if you've seen Jason Statham movies, he's made a lot of movies that go off of a certain concept, like the Transporter. Train.
Transporter's heat. I still feel like Transporter's is the best stuff. Everything else just kind of pales in comparison. But I think most of the time they just give him a gun and say, "Hey, here you go."
Yeah, they give him a concept, they give him a gun,
And that's
like
about
just
it.
go off. Because I feel like for this, I mean, we haven't even really gotten too much of the plot yet, but he's something I noticed pretty early on is that he doesn't really talk that much in this, which in a lot of movies he doesn't do a lot of talking.
No,
He does a,
same thing with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, but I think with him especially, with Statham especially, like with this one I've noticed he's like, I mean, yes, he's the main character, but also because of the nature of the plot, like he's not in a lot of the scenes. So to basically get into it,
What is it about first?
I was about to get into that. So he's a beekeeper for, I forgot her character's name, but it's Felicia Rashad. He helps her around the house, like, and she essentially lets him keep his bees around her property, and there's essentially she falls victim of this
Scam.
elder scam.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should spoil what happens, but it's bad, and then
That just basically sends them on a
rampage of revenge, and then her daughter, Felicia Rashad's daughter, gets involved, and she happens to be a cop. Is she a detective or FBI agent? She's a cop, and she gets involved, and she's trying to find out, exactly what's going on with this organization or this group that essentially was the cause of, what happened with her mom, but then also trying to find Statham, who's going on his rampage.
Which for me, she took me out of it because it's like every time she was in it, it was just like stuff that we already knew. Us as the watcher, we already know all this stuff. So for her to just go around here asking questions, we're just like, why? I don't know. She bugged me through the whole.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it was the dialogue that kind of took me out of it. For her, like, it felt very like you were watching a police procedural for her. So I wouldn't necessarily say I blame the actress, but I feel like the way the character was written, it was like, this felt very much like, I don't know if I'm watching like a typical police procedural on TV. So it's like, I felt like that could have been a lot stronger. And then also her partner felt like, I don't know, just like a typical side character.
Yeah.
He kept was getting in, like she was having to help him, and he would almost get hurt or whatever, and it was just, I don't know. A lot of the scenes with them were happening completely independent of what was going on with Jason Statham. Like he was going on his
I feel like
and
the beauty with John Wick is that it's more John Wick, more Keanu Reeves, doing action stuff. There's not like side characters, and if there are side characters, they're really around Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
so Keanu Reeves,
or if they're not in the scene with him, they're establishing something that will be important at some point with him. Like there's not like multiple scenes in a row where Keanu Reeves is absent. It may be like one or two scenes at a time, and then he's back there, and like you're with him pretty much throughout the majority of those movies. Whereas like when I was watching Beekeeper, I definitely felt like they're doing a lot, especially with Josh Hutcherson's character, and you find out like who he's related to. Like his mom is very powerful, and
yeah.
like
That's
a whole like plot that surrounds them, and it's obviously connected to the Beekeeper, and like whatever's going on with them, and they're trying to like keep this facade. But really, Josh Hutcherson is like the main villain, where his mom is like less complicit. Like she's more so trying to do good in a sense. Like even though she knows that her son has a problem, but she kind of is trying to like she kind of feels guilty for what he's doing when she finds out just how bad it's been. And I don't know, like the way the movie presents it is like it presents her as more sympathetic than him. So
but when you come to these movies, you know what we're coming for. We're coming for the action star and coming for action. We don't care about the little we don't care about twists. We just care about a lot of action, and just a good story, I guess.
yeah, I would say the action definitely was pretty solid. Um, yeah,
I could have done without the B puns though.
yeah,
It took me out about the third B pun. I'm like, okay.
yeah. We really didn't need that. It was kind of expected, but just the amount of puns, as you would say.
Yeah, I didn't expect all the as so many as there were, but for me, I'm a little biased when it comes to Jason Statham, and I thought it was all right, but I do think they could have shaved off of like maybe 5 or 10 minutes with,
Yeah.
or just put a little more action in there. You know, less of the daughter.
Yeah.
And I guess that's it. What would you rate it?
What would I rate it? Probably like maybe like 2.5 stars
That's crazy.
out of 5, somewhere around there.
I say it's mid 3.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 or 3.5, just depending on my mood, but it's all right. It's not Jason Statham's best movie, but definitely decent. It's better than Crank.
I don't remember if I've seen Crank, or I think I've seen part of it.
Yeah, but anyways, well, that is it. So yeah, post the comments down below. Let us know what did you think about the movie if you saw it, and what's your favorite part.
And also let us know, what your favorite Jason Statham movie is. I think that'll be an interesting conversation.
Yep. And yeah, follow us next time.
Peace.